high point for me would be what you've seen, that we kind of turned the corner. If you notice our numbers for the year we just discussed, that's the highest profit number the bank has ever made from inception. Some people have argued that, that was driven by recoveries. Okay, no problem, but I mean, loans you've written off, if you recover that quantum and put it back in profit, there's nothing wrong with that. Again, if you look at our Q1 2022 at 36 billion, if you annualize that, that's already 114 billion. So that shows that something new is beginning to happen. The turnaround is beginning to yield fruits.
Okay, I think over and above the bottom line, which is in a way backward looking because you're looking at historical record, I think the key takeaway for our shareholders here today is the fact that this institution is strategically healthy. That's a major takeaway. Two, the institution is very well positioned to take advantage of the emerging opportunities in the market. And that's also quite significant. You will recall that the central bank has licensed a number of telcos to start payment settlement banks. So there were concerns by the shareholders that were expressed. We allayed their fear. We explained clearly the strategy by which the institution is going to take on the competition, which we explained is both competition and collaboration. And I think they left feeling comfortable that FBN Holdings is very well positioned to continue to be a key dominant player within the banking space in Nigeria. And the emerging payment industry, we had right in there. You will recall that our subsidiary, First Bank, of which I'm the CEO, we launched our flagship operation, First Money, which is by far the largest bank-led agency banking business, not just in Nigeria, actually most probably across the sub-Saharan Africa. Today we have close to about 170,000 First Money agents in virtually all the local governments in Nigeria. Everywhere you go, you see First Money agent. That has positioned the institution in ways that our competitors do not have that asset. So the shareholders left feeling happy, not just about the performance in prior year, but they could see that strategically going into the future, the institution is very well positioned and is strategically held, which is quite important. Clearly, when you make a statement that a bank is strategically healthy, that encompasses all that. We basically showed them that whether you are looking at the CAMER parameters, capital adequacy, asset quality, management efficiency, liquidity, that the institution is on the right track. And the direction of travel, which is even the most important one, is very positive. Our NPA ratio, we used to be the biggest headache in years past, has come down over the last 6 years. From the high of about 25, 26, it's come down to 6.1. And we provide assurance that in another 12 to 18 months, we believe this will fall squarely below the 5% threshold that the central bank mentioned. But when you look at all other parameters, capital adequacy, liquidity ratio, return on equity, return on asset, the direction of travel is not. And the shareholders were quite excited with that.
Yeah, I think we are happy with the performance of the bank. But in the last 6 years, the NPL is about 1%. So, and legacy issues, this is not only unique to First Bank, but to all other banks. And we hope that as time goes, the NPL will be reduced tremendously. You can see that they are heading towards 5%, which will allow them to pay higher dividend. Well, I believe the coming of the group GMD is positive to us. He has been in many banks, Citizens Bank, UBA, GT, FSB, and Fidelity Bank. And in Fidelity Bank, he turned the bank around and they are making good profit. So we are happy to have him. In terms of the economy, we believe that interest rate will go up more. Even now with the increase in the MPR, we are hopeful that this will be positive to the bank. And again, we have not seen the end of it. If you look at other countries, they are continuously increasing the interest rate, and Nigeria cannot be an exception. So we believe that they are focusing on the future, like they said, and the profitability, mark my words, by end of this year, we are looking at nothing less than 120 billion naira as PBT. And we have got that assurance from the board, and we believe that the interest, the dividend will be increased next year.
What today highlight is that that the bank have made a lot of recovery. That the bank is in a trajectory of meeting its obligation to the investors, stakeholders. We are happy that the way the bank have run so far, that the way things happened last year, people thought that the whole world had been falling on its First Bank. But they have put those behind them, and First Bank still remain the elephant I used to know. We are happy. Even the retail outlet, in terms of this reject bank, agency banking, they are taking the lead. Today, they almost about 700 or something. Out of 774 local government, almost 772 local government. Over 672 players actively involved in this agency banking. That's second to none. They are the first, So we're happy the way they have gone through. That every local government today in all local government sector, build, communities, they have access to transact their business through First Bank agency, without even having a full-fledged branch. That's all the technology is all about. They have done that, Well, thank God that the way the banks is moving, if CBN have done with other bank like Afri Bank, we wouldn't have problem with CBN. But thank God that CBN took wisdom, the way they think, because if First Bank have gone down, the Nigerian economy would have collapsed completely and become irredeemable. But thank God that the wisdom prevailed. And today there's a stability in the system, and the bank is growing organically, as the people know.